Yo, what is going on everyone? Z-Karma here, back with another Cyberpunk 2077 video. In this one, I'll be going over iconic weapons, crafting, and upgrading here in Cyberpunk 2.0. Now, I do know that this patch did come out already a few weeks ago, but I wanted to make this video because new players come to this game every single day. And hey, maybe you'll still learn something new from this video, so if you enjoyed it or find it helpful in any way, feel free to drop a like, and if you want to subscribe for more content, you can do so as well. So first off, we're going to start from scratch. If you are a returning player, forget everything you know about iconics, crafting, and upgrading. It's over. Completely changed. Now, for newer players, what are iconic weapons? Well, they are unique weapons. They are usually based on regular weapons, but they have special effects and better stats. And that makes them unique and more powerful than their regular counterparts. Now, these weapons, typically not all the time, are tied to a character in the main story. And of course, there is only one of each, so make sure not to sell the weapon to a vendor because it's gone forever. Some of you may actually remember that back before this update, you used to be able to accidentally scrap or dismantle these weapons. That's not the case anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and dismantle this. And you see, when I get to that weapon, it doesn't even let me disassemble it. So do not worry about dismantling your things fast, you won't accidentally get rid of it. You also cannot drop the weapon. As you see, this one over here gives the option to drop with X, and this one, which is an iconic, does not. So how do you get these iconic weapons? Well, some of them are giving to you at the end of quests, others you have to find, others require you to make certain decisions within the story to be able to get them, and others are found as crafting specs. So if you happen to find iconics as crafting specs, which are usually at NCPD locations, all you have to do is go to your crafting menu. And as you see, let's look for one. Where is an iconic? Here, this iconic. Check this out. This is new. You guys don't remember this, but look, this is gonna go away. As soon as I craft this iconic, it goes away. That blueprint is gone forever. So just keep that in mind, because you used to be able to craft as many as you want for those iconics. Like this one is another one, a Yinglong. You can only craft it once now. You used to be able to craft a bunch of them, but they got rid of that. The reason they did that is because there used to be random stats when crafting a weapon. There are no more random stats anymore. Every stat is going to be the same. Which gets me to another point. Weapons now have tiers. There are a total of 10 tiers. You have tier 1, tier 1 plus, tier 2, tier 2 plus, etc. until you reach tier 5 plus. And if you have Phantom Liberty DLC, you'll have an extra tier for iconic weapons, tier 5 plus plus, which is also available for regular weapons, but we're talking about iconics right now. Now, whenever you actually find an iconic, you will get a certain tier depending on your character's level. And here's what I figured out after some testing. This chart on screen right now are the results. So, as you see on the left, you have the levels, and on the right, you have the tier. So, pretty self-explanatory. You'll get those tiers depending on those levels. Anyway, moving on, we're going to talk about weapon stats. And now, weapon stats are based on the tier that you have. So, for example, in this account, let's take a look at this Congo. It's a tier 5 iconic. These stats are always going to be the same for any Congo at tier 5. It doesn't matter if I found the Congo when I was level 5 and I upgraded it all the way to tier 5. A tier 5 iconic Congo is always going to have these stats. Obviously, a lower tier is going to have less stats. But you get the point. This Chaos right here at tier 5 will always have the same stats, even if my character's level 50 or level 10. By the way, this is modded. This character is actually level 50. I just brought him down to level 10 to do a bit of testing. But anyway, this character is level 50, which is why I have so many legendaries right now, or tier 5s. And as you play the game, obviously, the game is going to give you weapons based on your levels. So if you're like, according to that chart, if you're like level 30, you'll start getting like tier 4 weapons dropped and all that. And your iconics will be depending on that chart that I showed you. That's how they'll drop. And the game is designed that way, so you're not a level 10 character having enough components to upgrade to tier 5. A level 10 character, you'll probably only see, I want to say tier 2s and 3s dropping. Maybe just 2s and 1s. So, just letting y'all know. So now, let's give another example. Let's say you find this Satori, and you are level 4 when you find it. It's going to drop as a tier 1 iconic, according to that chart, right? Or tier 1 plus, I'm not sure. I'll show it again on screen. So it'll drop at tier 1. Now, as you level up, this weapon is not going to be viable because it's so weak. It's tier 1, so what you got to do is upgrade it. Which brings us to our next point in this video. You go to crafting and upgrades. Upgrades are now only for iconic weapons. You cannot upgrade normal weapons anymore, only iconics. And the way the upgrade system works is you only upgrade the tier, okay? So forget everything you know about upgrading in the past. This is completely new. So let's take this Satori and let's say I'm already leveling up and I have so many components. Let's just get it up there. And then let's say I'm already like past level 15. I should have plenty of tier 2 item components. So I'm just going to keep upgrading it, right? Let's say I get up to level 30 and I'm able to get it into tier 4. So it really depends on what components you have, which you can get it upgraded. So how do you get those crafting components? Well, you gotta dismantle the tier that you need. So if you need tier 2 item components, you need to disassemble item components or find them in the world, of course. You can also find them everywhere. They're all over the map. But to maximize them, you also, everything you see when you're playing, just pick it up. I pick up everything and dismantle everything. That's why I have so many components. So for example, this one, I can just dismantle it and I will get a tier 5 item component. Same with weapons. If you find a ton of weapons, just pick them up. Whenever your backpack's full, just get rid of them and just collect those components like that. You will also want to choose this perk early on your playthrough. It's called Lucky Day. It increases the amount of crafting components you get from looting. Obviously, that's going to get you way more. And the best way to get components is literally just to play the game. I know it might be annoying, especially if you don't have that much backpack space, but honestly, if you want to upgrade your iconics to match your level as you keep playing the game, then that's just what you gotta do. And like I mentioned, this game is designed to drop you weapons and gear with a good enough tier to help you with the enemies at your level. And of course, you can refer back to that chart that I showed you to more or less tell what tier you need to use in order to do well against the enemies. Obviously, if you're a level 10 and you have a legendary because you modded it in for some reason, you're going to insta-kill enemies because the weapon is going to be too strong for them. So just keep that in mind. And that's basically all I wanted to cover for today. If you're coming back from a long time ago and you're thinking, where's the crafting tree? I just want to let you know that's completely gone. You want to see my other crafting video where I cover regular weapons? It'll be down in the description below. As you know, this video was just about iconics. So thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to drop a like. And if you want to subscribe, you can do so as well. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.